beautiful people and fellow winers, and welcome to another episode of A Little Something, the number 2. Wine About with your hostesses, Siobhan Camille.
And Michelle.
Where sips, I feel like a busty pirate. Where sips get real and we wine while we wine about life, relationships, culture, and so much more over a glass of wine. Welcome to those joining us. Hey, how y'all doing? It's our final wine out of our spring season of 2025. Thank God we got here. Okay.
You know, it always gets hard in June. Like, it always gets hard in June.
The wine out lets me know we're done. And then I need this because I start a new job next week, y'all.
New jobs. Hopefully. Yeah, look, y'all might have a new location.
I'm praying for you. I'm praying for all of us for that delivery.
Okay. We might have a new location the next time y'all see us. Might. Look, we're not gonna put all our eggs in one basket. But we just gonna let God do what he did.
We try to do things.
Okay. So yeah, hey y'all. I know I'm late. If this is your first time here, hopefully it's not, welcome. This is where we come and taste each other's wines.
Yeah. Of the month.
This past month, it was June. And
Germany.
We chose a country.
We did a country.
And it was Germany. So yeah.
I like to do it on Pootie Say.
So these are the wines we had through the month. We're gonna try them together. We're actually going to rate them. You heard our reviews of smashing or passing. Now we're actually going to rate them 1 through 5. You'll get that, and I'll cheers to that at the end for our cheers to that wine review.
Let's jump in.
Yeah. So here we go. Oh, if you're new, you know
we're not strangers.
We're not strangers because our brains are just loaded with questions. So why not choose a game and
that's whole thing is
the questions. So
literally,
that's what we're doing. Okay, what you want to do first, other than pick up?
I'm hungry.
Crackers and cheese.
I'm gonna do this. We're gonna start with the clean slate Riesling.
Okay, and I will start with the first question from level 1, because y'all know we be picking from all over the place.
Most of these are Rieslings, actually.
Yeah, I think Germany is easy for a reason. Oh, you don't get that one. Okay, this will be fun. This is a fun level 1 question. You ready? If MySpace were still if MySpace were still a thing, what would my profile song be?
That's hard.
That's not hard. It don't have to be hard.
That is hard.
Okay, well, I'll go for you first. It's going to be something that I don't know.
I can actually tell y'all exactly what mine would have been this year.
Tell them.
Monterey.
Okay, something I don't know.
It's a song by, who sings Monterey? I don't know who sings it, but the lyrics are, conocí una señora en la ciudad de Monterrey. Tenía 37 años, pero aparecía 26. And I said when I heard that song 3 years ago that was, or 2 years ago.
Something about 6.
So the translation is,
okay.
I met a girl in Monterey City. She was 37, but she looked 26.
I heard 6.
Pollo. So that has been my theme song this year.
Okay.
Because yeah.
Mosquito?
Fruit fly thing. Because we don't got the wine out.
Okay.
Right. I thought when it came in, and I was like, you're gonna get a problem. I know. I don't even think it matters.
Yeah, but at least it's not a cut through. You know.
I mean, I'm going to look behind you.
Bye. Children.
We parent. Anyway, so it'll be Monterey. I don't remember who sings it right now.
My theme song for my MySpace page.
I mean, I told you what mine would be. So
I know. I'm trying to.
Right. And see, I said it was hard.
It's not hard. I'm just trying to pick a song. And I always want to try to pick a song because y'all don't listen to radio anymore.
I listen to podcasts. My first thought, quite frankly, was making my way downtown. That ain't it. But that was like my first thought. Yeah, that was my first thought.
No. I don't know. I've been on my India Arie, like her original, her first CD.
Was that brown skin on that one?
Yes.
Okay. I don't know what else was on that. I really wasn't. I like Ready for Love, and that's like my favorite India Arie song.
Yes. Well, I've been on that. I've been on my Vivian Green. I've been on Vivian Green. I've been on Vivian Green.
That was a good CD.
Yes, her
And
first
the
second one. Her second one was good too. That's why I've been on my Vivian Green.
That's cool because I still rock Tidra Moses. Can't nobody tell me nothing.
And it's hard for me to pick one. So anything off her second album. Period.
Okay. You got to drink something though.
Oh yeah.
the reason we are here.
Mm-hmm. Oh, this is good.
You know what? And this is how you know that your wine is pretty decent. So again, this is a Riesling by Slate. A part of the way that you know your wine is decent is this thing been sitting in the refrigerator for like 3 weeks.
I was like, when you open it and it's in the refrigerator and you taste it later and it's
still not, and it's still on, still holding down. Yeah. I'm really not a Riesling fan, but it's pretty good to me. So I would give it a 3.25. It's a little above average.
I give it 3.5. I'm with you. I'm gonna give it a little bit more because it's been sitting, so I gotta
give
it a little more credit.
It is. That's fair.
I have a little more credit. That was actually a pleasant surprise. I don't know, when I see a clean slate in the store, and because it's like clean slate, this, I'm like, this is giving me Stella Rosa. Like,
oh,
because it's so many, they keep the brands together.
They keep the brand together.
Separate.
But this is
elude me.
10.5. So we weren't Stella Rosa. That might be close because that's only 5.
I mean, I get
This is 10.5 ABV. This says the thin slate stones of our vineyards in Mosul River Valley.
Y'all get the sexy voice.
Are a critical factor in crafting a Riesling of exquisite balance. I'm trying to go for my voice acting now.
Oh, okay.
So precious are these stones that those which slip into the river are carefully carried back up the treacherously steep vineyard slopes. They squeeze that shit in there.
Mm-hmm.
And returned to place. Reflecting and retaining heat, the slate is essential to ripening grapes in this cool climate, developing the wine's fresh peach, crisp lime, and subtle mineral flavors. You know why? It's that lime. That lime and minerals is why I can't give y'all more than a 3.25. And I don't think I was a fan when I first tasted it because of that.
Mm.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So I'm gonna do the next question. You do the next one.
Let's do this one because it's closest. This is the Riesling Dry from Dr. Hans von Müller.
Müller? Isn't it Müller?
Müller. Yeah, like Ferris Bueller, but Müller.
That's the dry Riesling?
Yes.
Okay. So I'm doing questions from, is this
Number
one?
1. Yeah.
Okay, let's see. Perception. These are my perceptions. It's just so funny because timing. Do you think I've ever been fired from a job? If so, what for?
No. I don't think you've been fired. That is good timing.
That's what I'm saying.
No, because I think you would quit before you let anybody fire you. You'd be like, yeah, I don't have to take this shit, I'm out.
Story time, I had been fired. I set myself up to get fired, though, to her point. I set myself up to get fired. It was intentional, so I could collect unemployment and then have income when I moved to another state.
Okay.
Because your girl don't do nothing without thought and process. Okay, I'm not an emotional decision maker like that. Like if I make a decision off of strict emotion, run, because I don't know where we're going either.
Me neither.
I don't know where we're gonna end up either because I don't do this. No, I was at a job. It was my first job out of college. It was a call center.
Why did you work in a call center?
Because it's the only thing I could get with a dance degree and no experience.
Okay, touche.
Right.
I give you that.
In the year of our Lord, we're in a recession / depression that nobody wants to acknowledge called 2009. Okay? So
Didn't acknowledge it.
everybody, well, I know what I was too, but you know, politicians, we're not in a depression, it's a recession. Okay. So that was the lie we were telling everybody.
I know exactly.
I know where I was happening as well. Because I couldn't get a full-time job.
Right.
Jobs.
I had 3 part-times to try to figure out what is going on. Remember, I worked the club, the hair salon, the what?
Right. The good days of our Lord 2009. I remember them well. And I took a job right out of college because I needed to pay my loans back. I think I had like 10 G's left in loans, or like seven maybe, and I needed to pay them back. So I went and lived with my mom. Around February or March, I just wasn't feeling it because I'm not really one for like script. This is why though I'm really nice to people in customer service jobs. Like if you are in customer service, because I worked in customer service, I try to be pleasant, especially people on the phone like Xfinity workers and everybody else. So no, it's not you. It's the company policy. It's all this other shit. It's probably not you. Unless you are a complete asshole, I'm really not even coming for you. Like I try to come on the phone pleasant because I worked on a call center. Well, it was kind of semi-sales, and I'm not a good salesperson because if you like, yo, I don't want it.
Okay.
So I didn't do well in sales, but I tried. I tried so much in like 2 quarters that I got like really good paychecks, right? Like I got really good bonuses and commissions. It was great. I finally got to the point, and my boss was part of it because he was just pissing me off and getting on my nerves, where I just walked in one day and was like, I don't care no more. I don't care no more. And I realized I've been talking to my cousin, planning to move with her to Boston, and I was just like, I need the income though. How can you get income? My mom was like, you can't get unemployment if you quit a job. I said, okay. She's like, you can get unemployment if you've been fired under certain conditions. Well, what are these conditions? And at the time, because of the recession, and so many people didn't have money, there was new clause in New York State where if you got fired because your sales were low, you could qualify for unemployment because it wasn't really on you. It was on the sales, which are low because the income is low. The economy, right? So I said, bet. The girl went in there the next day and didn't try to sell nobody. Nothing. It was like, do you want to make an appointment? Yes. Bet. Let's make that. Do you want to make an appointment? Well, no, I just want to know this information. Oh, okay. I was actually a good worker as far as like the customers were concerned. Like I didn't push. I wasn't pushy. I gave them exactly what they asked for. If they were just calling for information, I gave them information. Of course, the company got pissed. So literally the next day, my boss called me and it was like, your number, they plummeted, y'all. Like they showed me the sheet. They went from like 60% close rate to like 32.
Damn.
Let me tell you, okay. And so I got fired. And I was like, bet. I also got fired one other time after that.
Oh.
But
she's just gonna tell me all the firing stories.
But this is the second. Yeah, this was the second fire. Because the second firing, they fired me after I put my 2 weeks in. The company was doing fraudulent stuff, y'all. And I knew they were doing fraudulent stuff because I was doing their finances. I wound up I started out doing like admin data entry, but because I'm really smart and good with numbers, and the owner of the company, according to some people there, liked me. Weird. But he asked me like, hey, you move fast in this, you move fast in this, you do really good billing. Like your billing numbers are consistent. What do you know about financial analysis? Like we get these reports once a month and we have to go through them and do this, that, and the third and dispute if stuff's not paid. Ultimately, y'all, I want the company back 15 G's in unpaid wages because your girl is awesome. But they were doing fraudulent stuff when it came to the invoices. Like creating them fraud, right? Like, and I knew this. And he knew I knew this. So the thing is, because me and this other girl, we literally quit together. Well, we literally put in our 2 weeks notice together. It was me and this other girl. And I, being smart, had downloaded, printed, and emailed myself all of the examples. Like, not all, because it was so many, but like a good amount of examples of the fraud. Because I was like, if you come at me, I'm going to take you down. This is who I am. So I put in my 2 weeks.
That's why you guys said.
I put in my 2 weeks notice and was like, listen, I don't feel comfortable. Welcome, people. I don't feel comfortable anymore working in this environment. I don't feel comfortable doing the work that I'm doing. So this is me putting my 2 weeks official notice, blah, 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 right? Like I did that on like a Monday afternoon. Tuesday morning, mid-Tuesday morning, I get called into the office and it's like, well, if you just don't feel that you can perform the job completely anymore, then I'm just going to let you go. I said, so you're firing me. Well, I'm letting you go because I gave my 2 weeks. So you're cutting my 2 weeks, which means you're firing me now. Yeah. Okay. I waited because after I was walking out, the person, because I did this in cahoots with another girl, she was coming in, like we were switching. So like I was leaving, like I went to get my stuff and then walk out the building and they had called her, hey, dude wants to see you. And I was like, oh, I feel like I know where this is going. So actually, I think they fired her first and then she waited for me. I just remember outside, like I saw her. We met outside and it was like, yo, should we go to the unemployment office together? So we did. And then it was just like, they were like, well, you can't file today. You have to wait 48 hours or 72 hours, whatever the limit was at that point. And I was like, all right, cool. So the funny part is he didn't contest my unemployment. He contested hers. He contested hers though. And she was like, because she called me, she's like, did he contest your unemployment? I said, he knows I got too much dirt on him to ever attempt that. He knows I'm me and I will be me. No. She was like, because he, and the thing is, she, I think, got too comfortable because she thought they were cool. You know what I'm saying? Because she would be like, oh, he used to buy like her lunch and all this other stuff. Don't matter. And so I ultimately wound up writing a note that said, like, we got fired in the same way. We both submitted these things together. I had saved a copy of my email. Like, I had BCC'd me on my email of resignation. And I told her to do the same thing. See, please listen to your black friends, because she was white. Please listen to your black friends. Because she was just like, oh, no, I'm just going to send it to him. I said, forward that email to you. Forward it. So you have on record.
Time, date,
stamps.
CYA.
Boom. So I actually had that fired. But one was intentional. The other wasn't intentional. It was just, by the grace of God.
Okay.
Do I think that you've been fired? The chuckle tells me yes, but otherwise I would have said no. But for the same reason, I would have normally said, no, I don't think you've been fired because I think you've been the person to like quit loudly or quietly, depending on how you feel about it. But I don't feel like
I've been fired a few times.
Oh, things I didn't know.
Mm-hmm. I was fired from Bartley.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Which was hilarious because the manager who fired me 2 weeks later got arrested for fraud.
Oh. That's fun.
But I was already contemplating when I got fired from Bartley. I was already contemplating when I was going to put in my 2 weeks, and that was because they were getting rid of the hostess position during the daytime. Mm-hmm. And they were trying to make me work and eat the evening. And I told them I couldn't have a child. Like, that's not going to happen.
I remember this actually.
But what happened was my checks from the nightclub started cashing my full-time checks.
Oh.
And I was like, this, why am I working more? Or working less?
Making more money.
What is happening? So there was that. Plus, I had got another job. I was way out in the boom cone.
I remember that too.
Yeah. So it was just a lot. So I got fired from Bartley. It was hilarious to me. I laughed. Then I found out that man got arrested, like walked off the premises with the cops.
Oh.
Because of fraudulent stuff. He was the night manager. I didn't work at night. So, which was also crazy. How the night manager gonna fire you? You don't work at night. What? It was so much. But whatever. I got fired at the call center. Number one, so me, Erica, Tiffany, and Tavon,
I remember these names. I don't remember who they are.
we went skating with them. Heavyset twins, tall.
I remember the names.
Remember we went to the club and one would start dancing and then would get funky?
Yes.
And we had to have a conversation.
I remember that. I don't remember what they looked like.
Yes. So, because Erica was already Erica was kicking butt in sales anyway.
Yeah.
I was mediocre. I didn't care. This was just something to hold me over. I don't care about telecommunications. It really wasn't that deep for me. I'm not a salesperson. I hate sales. The system was cold calling people. It didn't matter to me. I don't give a hoot. Y'all, I feel like y'all lying to these people anyway, because if I was the person listening to this, I would have the same questions that they have, and now I got to do the rebuttal. Whatever. It wasn't a thing, but it was a job because
I feel like most sales is you lying to people.
Yeah, I feel like I'm lying.
I don't
have time for that because
Yeah,
I don't want nobody, if you selling me something, be real.
Be real.
Like, even if it's horrible, I'd rather you tell me the horrible shit and I get into it knowingly versus you lie to me and you just okay. You know what I'm saying? So there was that. Number one, Bar Louie. I didn't get fired from nail salon. I didn't get fired from Indulge. I left both of them. I didn't get fired from.
You didn't get fired from that other place. The doors were just closed.
So that's the other thing. I didn't get fired. A lot of places that I worked. Again, this was back from 2006 on.
Right. We old, yo.
A lot of places I didn't get fired from. The business closed.
Yep.
Like, y'all would not know how many businesses I've worked for that within 6 months of me working for them, they closed. Like, to the point where I used to come home crying and be like, I feel like I'm cursed because everywhere that I go closes. So it literally created like an anxiousness in me. Oh, if I get a good job,
it's not gonna last.
It's not gonna last because it's going to close. Like, it was horrific.
And then that's hard too, because it's hard to you can't really.
It's hard to have references and
work history
because and then it looks real suspicious if on your thing it say gone out of business, gone out of business, gone out of business. But I literally had a job, y'all, where we literally got to work that morning. And y'all can even Google this. We went to work that morning, and the doors said foreclosure. Like, the government put a sign on the door that says foreclosure. They locked the door. We could not get in. They did not pay me my last 2 paychecks that had bonuses on them. It was horrible. And I was like,
we lived some lives, y'all.
Wait, what? And then, we were talking about filing a class action lawsuit, but come to find out, the CEO of the company had literally dumped out their children's trust funds to pay us, and we still were missing the last 2 checks. And when I say it was horrible. So my work history is crazy. And I was a little anxious for a little bit.
That's understandable to me. I feel like.
Because I remember Siobhan was like, what the hell? I didn't do it.
And she sent me the picture. I remember I called and was like, what the hell is that? It's a foreclosure sign on the door.
We can't get
I could hear people in the background like, so how we get our money? How am I supposed to get my stuff?
I got shoes in there. Legit. Like, what?
I remember that day. I was
like, what is happening?
I was like, I don't know what to say.
What is happening?
Okay, help me out.
I was like, this, who?
No.
It was a lot.
So the moral is we both been fired.
Yes. So if you watch us and you be like, these girls have it together. First of all, I don't know what the hell you think.
Not
that.
always.
But we have been through some things, and we are survivors. So will you be. So you will be. So that whatever. What's your rating?
You know what? This is better than that. Is better than that. It's also probably newer, but
Is it?
I mean less open. That was open 3 weeks ago. No, because we opened these about the same time.
I'm trying to think, was it the same one I had?
You had that one, right? Not the Spätlese. Which one did you have with the guys? Spätlese, wasn't it? I think you had Spätlese with the guys because you like struggled to say Spätlese.
Okay.
So they've been open about the same time. This one I like better. Like I would 3.75 this, and I'm not even a big Riesling fan. Oh, again, this is the Dr. Hans von Müller Riesling Dry, 2022. It is 10.5. I think there's starting to see a trend here. 10.5 ABV as well. Yeah, it's a 3.75 for me. That's good. I like that.
Same.
Okay. All right. Oh shit. So mine is the next question. We're gonna jump to the Spätlese.
Oh,
I feel like let's just get Dr. Hans
out of the way.
out of the way with all his
Okay, level 2.
Level 2. I'm hoping this is good.
That's gonna be a little controversial.
Controversy.
Are you lying about yourself about anything? Excuse me, are you lying to yourself about anything? Y'all know I can't read.
Nope.
Yes. Yes, I am. I tell myself all the time that I am not as fat as I am. Okay, that was a bonus question. I'm not not our question. Okay. Okay. We can do this one.
Okay.
Says, how are you? Really? Yeah, that was deep.
Woo.
Okay. All right.
All right, let's do this in sections.
Mm-hmm.
Professionally, I am torn because I started a new job, and while I'm looking forward to, I need to get back in the workforce. Period. I've been unemployed since February, so like I need to jump in there. I'm torn though because my previous position was 5 years remote, and it was awesome. This position is on site. Blah. Because my previous position was remote, it was great because I could get up, roll over, walk my dog, go into my office, my home office, click, log in, and I'm there in 30 minutes, right? Like this whole, I wake up to log on 30 minutes. I now have to wake up and drive. For the next week, it'll be like 2 hours. After that, I think it's like, for the next month after that, it'll be like an hour and a half maybe. And then after that, God knows, because, you know. So professionally, like, but I'm looking forward to steady income and more than unemployment, because unemployment at $350 a week ain't it. It ain't it. Okay. $1,400 a month ain't it. And he's here United of the States. I am on a living situation, which is kind of in the middle. Because I'm moving out of my apartment at the end of the month. Then I'm moving in with my cousin for a month. And then I don't know, because I need to find myself a place to live within that month. Because I had not known if I was going to be employed and if I was going to be employed or not. So I was preparing to move back to New York with my mama. That was on my plans for the summer. So I don't know. That's on the personal side. On the other personal side of the romantic side, a personal side. So professional, personal, romantic, right? Let's do these 3 categories. Romantically, I feel hopeful still. And I don't know if that's naive or what, but I feel hopeful. We've continued dating with intention, having very real conversations. And we had a conversation about kids recently that made me realize the sad truth of some stuff. As far as like, so for those who don't know, the dude that I am currently talking to is from a quote unquote third world country. I don't like using that term, but it is what it is. The reason that this is important, and I'm mentioning it to y'all, because he and I were talking about having kids, and if we had kids, where would we raise them? Um, and where would they be born was the big thing. And he was like, he wanted them born here in the U.S. My mind was like, I mean, why not have them there? Because unfortunately, and he was like, well, y'all in the U.S. have better medical standards, materials. Y'all have better stuff, right? Like more updated stuff. And I said, but as a black woman, it doesn't really matter. Like, unfortunately, being a black woman in the US, even though yes, the US has all this stuff, we have the highest maternal mortality rate. So, and pretty high too. Like, not like it's a big gap. And it's not and it doesn't matter what your income is because I've seen the reports, and you could be a black woman with a doctorate and you're still more likely to die within the first year of birthing a child, as is your child, than a white girl, white woman with a high school diploma. And it was just a moment that you never really think about. Because I think if I ever had kids, I just assumed they'd be born here, right? Like I already assumed we don't have to deal with that, which is why I found the gynecologist I got, who was awesome. But in talking to someone where now the opportunity to have a child outside of the US is on the table, my mind when I went there and was talking to him was just kind of like, I want to have him here. I'm aware that, you know, US may be operating with standard 5.0, 5G, and y'all operating on like 2G, 3G. But if I can't get the quality 2G, 5G anyway, why does it matter? Like, why does it matter? Because to me, I'm like, people were being birthed in the US on 2G. They may have upgraded to the 5.0 now, but people were birthing babies at the 2 level. Like, people were birthing, people to this day are still birthing babies in the desert with a blanket and a shaman. You understand? So, like, I guess it was just a moment, y'all. That's an aside, because digressions were good for. But outside of that, I think we're doing well. I like to hope. I think it's a lot up in the air right now because my situation, I am and will continue looking for a remote job that pays better until I can get one because I need the flexibility of travel. I loved my previous job and I was not ready to leave. I had no plans to leave for another 5 years and I already been there for 5 years. So professionally, I'm torn. Personally, I'm like, Jesus, take the wheel. And romantically, I'm chilling. That's where I'm at. What about you? What's going on?
I don't know.
Okay.
No.
How are you feeling?
How am I doing really? I'm gonna be honest. I'm here. That is how I am doing. Really. I am here. I am. We said this a couple episodes ago of letting go. I am right. I am Elsa right now.
She look like Elsa.
Period. Personally, okay. Professionally, because it's easier to start there. Professionally, I think I'm doing good. And I say that my manager just visited from Chicago. And
oh yeah, I need an update on that story. With dude.
Oh no, not dude.
No, I know, but I want an update on it. Last time we talked, dude.
Oh wait, which dude? Dude,
We the other dude.
Oh yeah, girl. He's fine, but it was funny. It was a thing. I didn't have to get involved. It was just like something that happened. Like it was like you know, that time reveals itself thing. It happened, and I was like, oh, okay. But I'll tell you details later on that. My manager was just like, I'm extremely proud of you. And I was like, huh? Like, caught me completely off guard. Like, I went to tell her bye because she was leaving. And she was like, I just want you to know that I'm extremely proud of you. And I was like, huh? She was like, you are doing, I'm not going to go into detail, but she was like, thank you. Like, you know, I'm extremely proud of your growth and X, Y, and Z. So maybe like give myself a
Pat on the back.
pat on the back, a good chin check. Wow. Well, maybe a bad chin check.
That was a good one. I'll think about one.
So I think professionally I am okay. I do see my development. I do see where there are, room for improvement. I think I'm okay where I am, and I see me continuing to grow professionally. Personally, if my family is driving me nuts, okay? When I say nuts, I mean nuts. No, we got ants like it ain't nobody's business.
I got a lot of them in my house. Fucking summer. I got a lot of earwigs. Anyway, go ahead.
So,
Rain.
period. Girl, them thunderstorms?
Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, my family's driving me nuts. They are. They're doing family things. But I will say I have adjusted to certain, like some things I have taken to my own ownership. I have taken ownership of them, and I am actively trying to switch or change some of my behaviors for certain things as far as my immediate in my household. So far, I'm seeing slight positive changes, and this is within the last few weeks.
Things take time.
Yeah, it takes time and consistency, which is the reigning word in this household right now is consistency. Not perfection, but being consistent. So yeah, that's that. Fed up with this ghetto place. Gotta get the heck out. Like when I say fed up, I mean fed up. If somebody say you can move tomorrow, baby, pull money from my 401k. We move it. Like that's that's where I'm at. It's time. It's time to go. So yeah, I'm pulling myself out of debt. So that has been something that I am.
Shout out to all the people doing that because it's difficult, especially right now in this economy. It's very difficult.
Hard.
I feel like millennials have lived our whole adulthood in debt, high debt.
Well, so that's the thing. I didn't have student loans or anything like that.
Fair.
So I didn't get into that until probably about the last maybe 7-8 years. And that's when and it hit me in December, like November, December last year. I was like, why is an entire check literally going to credit cards and it's not like I'm paying them off?
Yeah, interest is insane.
I said, oh, hell no. There's no way, because we went to apply for something and they, ask you your annual. I was giving them my annual, so they would ask me, okay, well, what do you get paid twice a month. How much is your gross? Because I'm on salary, I don't look at my pay stubs. Right. As long as that deposit is right in my check, in my account, I'm good. I looked at my pay stub and then thought about where my money was going and was like, there's no way I'm bringing this home, even after taxes, and I literally have nothing to show for. Hell no.
Welcome to inflation.
Hell no. Yep. So I said, okay. So I put together a plan to start executing in March. We are now in June, and it's going well. I've had some things I had to curb a little bit, but proactively, I've been able to do that. Optimistic. Still with the optimistic attitude, or point of view. I would say attitude, I'll say point of view, and seeing the long-term goal. So that has been something that I'm like, okay, God, I still see progression there. So I'm happy about that. Yeah. And what was it? Professionally, personally, romantically, that man.
You're still married.
I'm still married, y'all. That man is that man, and I will always say I have to do better. I'm never gonna say, "Oh, I'm great at it. I'm excellent at it." Oh, we're good, but I can do better. And just regular stuff. It's always room for improvement. Um, yeah, that's that. I spent a whole bunch of money on Father's Day. Let me tell you something. I paid $300 for pizza.
Is that what was at the steakhouse or something?
That wasn't even the steakhouse. I had already planned to spend $300 at the steakhouse.
Yeah, I think that one thing I said.
I spent $300 on pizza. We went to Gordon Ramsay Street Pizza.
Oh, okay. It's got Gordon Ramsay's name on it.
Nigga, it's pizza.
I understand that, but it says Gordon Ramsay.
And that wasn't the only thing we did on Father's Day. There 8 motherfuckers. We did 3 rounds of
Flavor Jack?
yes.
Charades.
When I say my brain went off, we did 3 rounds of that. Went 8. Then we did an escape room. We got out.
Okay.
With 50 seconds left.
Well, you got out.
And again, 8 people ranging from the ages of 10 to 19.
Okay. Yeah, kids will do it to you. It's like,
And that was Saturday. That wasn't even like Father's Day. Father's Day, we went to a restaurant. Now we had not a whole, but a whole Sunday plate. We were gonna go to a restaurant, go to brunch, take the guys to get spa treatment, like pedicures. I had arranged to have massages done. My daddy and the husband decides when they get to the brunch spot, they won't be there for all of half the damn day. We got to brunch at 12 o'clock because that's when our reservation was. We did not leave to check into our hotel until 5.
oh. Okay. Well,
Then we went to dinner, which was at 7. So, exactly. So it was like, okay, well,
so y'all ate.
we ate.
And then ate some more.
And then, yes.
Okay.
So, all this to say, yeah, romantically I'm good. Yeah, still room for improvements just on, one-on-one personal level between the two of us on both sides, but we're good.
Okay.
That was a long ass, how are you? How are you?
How are you really? It's the really that did
It was the really. It was the, okay, don't give me the BS. Give, like, really. And it's funny because sometimes when people ask you that, like, the emotional part will come up. What are they looking?
I'm trying to find out the ABV on this one.
This one?
It's 8.
I think it's
Just 8.
yeah. Yeah, this was my lowest one. What's your rating? My rating on this is 2.75.
Really? I gave it a 4. I like it more than the dry Riesling. I think Spätlese, I'm starting to wonder if that means sparkly, because it's a little sparkles. I like the sparkles.
I don't know what that means. Yeah. I don't know. I am maybe shy. I think I'm shying away from sugar. So for me, it's like
Spätlese, a white wine of German origin or style made from grapes harvested late in the season. Late harvest. Late harvest. The other one is dry in harvest. This is late in the harvest.
and then we'll probably like mid harvest.
I want the late harvest.
Okay.
I like a good late harvest.
So yeah. All right. Last one.
Yeah.
Oh, we got 2 more.
Right, but that one's for the end. So the converge.
Okay. Come on, Minor.
Minor. Okay, so this is level 2 for me. My level 2 question. That is the question. Nope, that's gonna get too deep. Not doing that. Nope, not doing that one either. Nope, not doing that one either.
Jesus.
Nope, not doing. These are depressing. I don't feel like
Not
connection.
depressing.
I feel like that's a setup.
Do the setup.
Okay, this is setup one because she asked for it. If you could have it your way, who would you be with? Where would you be? What would you be doing?
Oh. If I could have it my way, I would be with my husband because that's my road dog, y'all. I don't care. If nothing else, me and this man, we can go. Like, get up, go, trip. Like, that's hands down one of the favorite things that I love about my husband. When we trip, we trip. When we vacation, we vacation. When we go, we go. Like, even if we are at odds with one another, it's because it's been times we've been on vacation and been like, nigga, I don't want to be around you. But you're on this vacation, so we're going to put this on the back burner and we're going to figure it out. And we figured it out. That still didn't mean I wasn't mad or he wasn't mad. But that's the fire.
Is
But
Sag a fire sign?
yes.
Jesus.
I know. Which is weird because I didn't think we were either.
That's so terrible. I know he's a fire sign.
Yes, he is. Oh, not y'all cute. Hey, Erica.
Hey.
So,
Hola. ¿Cómo te va?
what she said. Ditto Tio. No? Okay.
Fire. 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 You're fired.
Oh, God. So, okay, so that's who I would be with. Where would we go? Literally anywhere. Mm-hmm.
Always the one. Always the one.
Oh, I see. You are so pretty. Okay.
Nice.
So, I don't know because we've talked about going to Greece. We've talked about going so many places. So we could go anywhere. And what would we be doing? Beach vacation. Not giving a hoot about a bill or nothing. Not caring. Living our best lives.
Living my best life. And what was the other book? What would you be doing?
Oh, that just said
Living your best life.
okay. Yeah. That wasn't for me. That was easy. I'm sorry.
This is
Who would you be with?
add me in. Girl, no. Who would you be with? The guy I'm talking to now.
Mm-hmm.
Because you ever just have a moment, this is gonna be the one, because y'all, first and foremost, let me make this disclaimer. I went to Zumba this morning, so the adrenaline was up, getting my thing on, doing all the Zumba, I was doing it. So I haven't eaten anything except these crackers, and then I haven't really, these crackers, shut up. And then, further proving my point though, and then, like, I haven't drank enough water, so I've had more wine than water with, like, minimal food. So I'm gonna say this. You ever just have a moment, ladies, where you just waiting on somebody to just, like, I don't want to say, like, you'll pick me, because I feel like that sounds bad, but you're like, yo, but for real. Like,
What are we doing?
what are we doing? Like, baby, and maybe it's just because I can't even say, you know, part of me wants to blame it on age and be like, you know what, it's because of this big age is where I'm at in my life. But quite frankly, and you correct me if I'm wrong, because you've known me time.
Mm-hmm.
I've always just been a straight get to the point shooter.
Yes.
Like, it really isn't an age thing. Like, I'm definitely like, yo, if I'm in, then I'm in. So where are you? Because I don't like people. So if I have decided that I like you, I just need you to be like, I like you too. And we do it. Like, all the details about where we live, where we go, what we do, what we eat, how many babies we have. Like, these minor details. You know what I'm saying? Where they're born.
Life, it doesn't matter.
Life is gonna life, whether we pay for it or not. But, like, do you want to do it with me? If you want to do it with me, then, like, then fuck out, let's go. So, yeah, because it definitely did that before.
What did she?
Did she just say he's white? He is North African, and we eating good food because he definitely can cook. Because he cooked for me, and it was amazing. Anyway, I would be with him because he's awesome, and I'm good, and I'm really.
Where would you be
at this point? Just waiting for him. We would be wherever he want to be. Like I'm not convinced to stay here. The truth is, first of all, I love to travel, so we can really go anywhere. I like them pants. You got skinny too. We're getting older. You look nice. I owe you $60 because you're not sitting at the table. Look at you, wrong.
I'm shut up.
We will be wherever you want to be.
Okay. And what would you do? What would you be doing? I don't know if I want to ask that question.
Right, it's my way. It's my way. This is McDonald's, so I ain't gotta be real. I ain't gotta be real about it. Actually, no. Okay, so if it's my way, it would be with him. We would live there where he is, but we would travel a whole lot because we both love to travel. What would we be doing? I'm gonna put this in like a close, and I'm not gonna push it out like 5 years. Let's say within the past, like the next 2 years. Like if I had it right now, like this summer. We would be just traveling and enjoy each other's company and time and stuff. Like one of the biggest things that made me attracted to him is the fact that he's not carnal. Like that's not his motivation. Is not carnal activities. And that is a rare blessing from on high. God, all of that. So yeah, that's where it would be. Oh. You so right. So low. Oh. Each other. What you mean each other?
Don't ask her that.
You're right. Okay. So that's what I would be. What we be doing probably is each other. We would be doing each other. Not yet. If I had it my way, still not yet.
Bring that boy. Okay.
I had a comment. I'm gonna keep it to keep it to yourself. I'm gonna keep it to myself. Like this country song I like says, keep it to yourself.
Okay. What is your rating on your Gewürztraminer?
It's a 4. You know, I really like these two. The late harvest Riesling and y'all know Gewürztraminer is like my go-to. That's like my favorite thing though. So this is a really good one. It's a dry one with like a sparkle bite. Yeah, like a bubble bite. I don't know how to explain the bubble bite, but it was a pleasant. I give it a 4.25. I'm glad I bought it.
I'm doing 4. Like the bubble shocked me. I was like,
I wasn't prepared. But most of these, that side has had bubbles. This one didn't. But those had like various levels of bubble.
So yeah. Okay.
So that was a Gewürztraminer cabinet by Geil, Geil. It's 10% ABV. So y'all know.
Okay, last question, level 3.
Wait, should be 2.
No,
oh yeah, we got the 1.
I ain't gonna get another wine.
True.
So
we
I
just
got
gonna keep
homeless.
this. I'm gonna keep this.
Okay. What do you think I should know about myself that perhaps I'm unaware of?
See, it's the unaware part because I feel like you're aware.
I mean, that's why I said, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I think both of us on this couch are very self-aware. Which is funny because I think us being as self-aware as we have become, especially like, I feel like we were aware of ourselves at a younger age, but it was still the youth part of it. And as we've grown and, at least for me, found vocabulary for certain things in reference to being able to communicate and articulate how I'm feeling, what this did, how I reacted, was it appropriate, and taking those evaluations, in. And even the constructive criticism, because y'all, it's been some times. It's been some time I was catching it from even this one. Like, bitch, get your shit together. Well, what are you gonna do? Like, what? You down on me? You are definitely like, okay, but what you gonna do?
I try to say it in a nicer way than that.
No, fuck all that. No,
My tone ain't that janky.
no, your tone isn't that janky, but your message is definitely clear.
I like clarity and transparency.
Again, like I say. And don't get it twisted. Siobhan has yelled at me.
I yelled at you and Eureka one time.
It doesn't matter.
Once.
It happened.
It was once.
It
was one, and it wasn't even that long. It was just to get y'all attention because y'all was screaming at each other.
You're right. But still, she has corrected me. So let's go there. And I was not happy about it at the moment, but I did appreciate it later on, as we do.
But I can only do that because you're self-aware.
Right.
You can't
do
that.
But because of that, I think that's why this is like, oh. That's why I was like,
because my first thought, to be real, was going to be like, you're mean. You can be very mean. But I feel like you know that.
I do know that I am or can be mean.
Right. Okay, cool. So that was going to be my thing. Was going to be.
But yeah.
But I don't think you're unaware. Like, I feel like at this point, because you're self-aware, I think it's, you may not, this is the thing. You may not be aware of it in the moment when you're doing it. But I don't think it's one of these things where you're like, oh, me be mean? What do you mean?
Right.
I don't think it's that. I think when you're in the moment and you're in the heat of it, that's when the fact that you tend to be unaware of how you're presenting or what you're doing. But you can be aware of, you can be the type of person that's aware of like, when I have a bad temper, I cuss like a sailor. But in the moment when you have a bad temper,
I'm going to cuss like a sailor.
It's more difficult to stop
Mm-hmm.
because you have to basically, one, know what the problem is, great, and then two, calm yourself before you get there. Like, that's the response now, is I'm aware that when I get mad, I cuss like a sailor. So for me to not cuss like a sailor means I can't get to that level of mad. Or I have to start training myself that when I get to that level of mad, not cuss, which means I have to be fully aware of myself. And more than likely, once you've gotten to the point where you're that mad, you're cussing like a sailor, you're riding off emotion. So logic is not at the forefront. Again,
is there at all?
If it's there at all. But it's not, and it made me want to say that after you're like, damn.
Right.
Like, I was trying not to do that. Ugh.
But I think that's the part that upsets me the most. Like, afterwards, I'm like, fuck, I knew I was trying not to do that. I let myself get to that point.
Right.
That's the frustrating part. But I don't think we aren't aware of
who you are,
who we are,
good and bad,
both.
That's what I'm saying, good and bad.
Period.
So I don't think there's anything that I could say that you're unaware of. Like, and I think, but part of that also I will say is there's a negative and positive, because I'll be like, I don't think that you're aware that you can be very mean, but I can also then say, I don't think you're aware, because I think half the time we talk about this type of stuff, it's always under the guise of something negative. Mm-hmm. Right? I think, but like, you could also tell somebody like, yo, I don't think you're aware that like you have a really big heart.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't always have to be bad. And
right.
I think we just default to that.
Mm-hmm. Because it's easier.
It's easier.
It's easier to point out the problem with someone
versus the positivity.
Versus the, oh, you do this very well.
Right.
Oh, you do X, Y, and Z very well. Oh, you are this type of person.
And I just had this thought because I applied for a master's program and I had my ex-boss write my recommendation, and they ask you, you can fill out the form of if you want to see it or not. And they tell you not to say no. So I said no. But part of me wants to see it, and it's not that I need like a huge ass ego stroke. But I was told this to my mother. It's out of curiosity, but it's out of the fact that I didn't get that. Like we talked many times on this couch. Like, yo, I spent a good chunk of my development years being bullied and told everything that was wrong with me.
Uh-huh.
So when I have an opportunity for somebody to say something good about me, I want to hear it. So part of me was like, I want to know what she said about me, because I want to know from a good place what I can improve on, what I can develop from, what I can move on from, what I can learn from, what I'm doing that's good, because we don't hear that a lot. And as a person like me who definitely heard the opposite, not even just silence, I heard all of the negative about me personally, professionally, romantically. It's nice to hear
Positive reinforcement
at this age and stage of the game. So I don't, but again, like,
okay, so think positive. Okay, here we go. What do you think I should know about myself that perhaps I am unaware of as positive?
I don't know if you're aware of the amount that you've grown in sacrifice for others that are not Malachi. And I have to say it like that because when I met you,
it was Malachi.
And like we knew, but Michelle, everything everybody said back in the day, and I can say this now because it's like 10 plus years after the fact. Michelle's selfish. Like we knew this, right? Like we knew this. Michelle's selfish, except when it comes to Malachi. That was the only exception. It was like, everything else she'll do what she want to do. You're not gonna tell her shit. She gonna whatever, blah blah blah. This is why I would tell her stuff, and she would get on her nerves. Not that I was wrong. She wouldn't want to hear it. Except when it came to Malachi. Except when it came to her son. Then it was like, no, I'm gonna do for him. Those 3-4 jobs that you know earlier, it was for him.
Because it was all on the weekend, so that Monday through Friday,
she could be with him.
I could be with him. They had a field trip, I was there. They had parenting day, I was there.
She worked her ass off on weekends so she could have the week to give to her son. That wasn't a selfish thing, because selfish Michelle would have been like, I don't need this. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need diverse. I don't need. And there are mothers and women and people and fathers like that, right? So it's not that those selfish people don't exist. Her selfishness, your selfishness knew bounds, and the bounds at the time were Malachi. I have watched you, especially in this marriage, sacrifice and do for others, and really put yourself to the side for your husband, for his children, for family later on, for other people. Like, that is something, I don't know if you're aware of the transition, but I've seen it.
I think sometimes when I get pushed to a certain point, I become aware of it. I don't think it's in the moment thing I'm aware of it. It's just do for me, it's do the right thing. Like do what's right, do what's kind, do what God said do. Like, you want to be godly, you want to be positive, you do all like something good has to come back to you. Like that type of thing, like minimum. But when you piss me off is when I go, now wait a minute. So that's when it'll kind of come back. And it's not that I'm doing it to get like, oh, well, I did. No. But it does come across now like, hold on. Because I know damn well.
I could have been selfish and I wasn't.
Right. So I think that's when it'll come up. And I also think that's a whole nother spiritual thing. That's when God will be like, oh, guess what? Throw that up. So it's a battle. But yeah. So something positive that you should know about yourself that you may be unaware of is, I know you're a giver. I know you're a giver. Yes. I don't know if you are fully aware of the effect you have on the people around you to make them want to be more than what they are. I think that the people around you, when they see you, there is a level of respect that's there, and they're like, oh no, I am going to be, what's wrong? Come here. Oh, come this way.
She's gonna clean you, okay?
Come on. Come here. You're all right. It's all right. Go get the cotton balls and the peroxide and get the first aid kit out my closet in the pink bag. So it's all right, calm down. It's all right. You're not bleeding, it's just red. You red, it's red. It's all right.
Outside.
You fell outside.
Yeah, let's go to the pool.
When you were going to the pool? How you going to the pool? You ain't got no swimsuit on.
I got a swimsuit.
Yeah, well, I know. I just what you
We was coming back, and she was crying on the little thing that she did.
Okay. All right. So I think that is so when people see you, to answer the question, when we're around you, I think it gets to the point where we go, oh no, I want to be better. Oh, well, Siobhan said this, and she knows statistics, or like she'll give us numbers of this. So it's like, oh, okay. So we become more educated, but with us being more educated, it's also no. I'm gonna make sure it don't. Okay, she gonna blow it. Okay, ready, blow. See, no sting, right?
Well, it's not a deep cut.
It's just, I don't know. See, cousin got you. Okay, I got band-aids in the car. It's none in here. We're gonna put some. Oh, I don't have my nails. Okay. Okay, go get the nails going from out. We're gonna put some ointment on it, and then I'll go get a band-aid in a little bit. Okay? Can you go blow your nose for me? Go blow your nose and clean your face.
It was cold out there.
It was cold out there.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You try to walk regular, so there you go. Cause I got the limp.
That's on.
Thank you. Okay, sit down and chill out. I'll get you a band-aid in a little bit, okay? So I think that's what perhaps maybe you don't think about or you don't realize. Like you make people want to go, oh, I'll be a little bit smarter. Okay, I'm gonna be smart too. Okay, well I'm gonna know some information too. Not in a competitive way, but in a positive, like I'm like, we're driving together. We're gonna go together. And I don't know, maybe it's just
It's the skin. I mean, what's that color?
that's the drive.
That's a skin is what it is.
We're pushing forward. We're gonna
With
be
skis,
educated.
yes.
We're gonna hush in the snow. I think what does it say, at least for me, perhaps. Maybe that's something that others feel too. Like I know some people are like, oh, she thinks she know it all. But in that same mindset, okay, she just educated you. So now, even if that person wanted to combat what you were saying, they would still go get more education about it in order to fight with you.
I mean,
You
if
get
you
what
want
I'm
to prove me
saying?
wrong, that's fine. Just don't prove me wrong because you think and you feel like
Right, but I'm saying even in that, it's more of a, oh, okay, well, I at least want to be able to say X, Y, and Z. So like you end up being smarter, and you might end up finding out that you was wrong to begin with. She was right, and oh, okay, Delaware is the first state, not Maryland.
It's on your license plate. That's what's killing me. Like, dude, it's on the license plate. It literally says Delaware, the first state on the license plate. On the license plate.
It's about Maryland though, man. Stop playing. But that's an inside joke, y'all. But that's what I think. Perhaps you drive people who want to know more.
I hope so. Because I keep arguing with idiots and it's getting on my nerves.
Well, bear with the idiots. Bear with the idiots.
Arguing with idiots. I refuse to these days.
Okay. All right, last one. Come on, pop the bottle.
Popping. Okay. So this is a Bellini by Bella Strata. It's 5% ABV. It's just to celebrate the end of this
Summer break.
summer break coming.
Summer break.
I hope this is real.
Summer break.
I'm scared.
Fun times.
Right. I'm doing this the right way, right? So it's like a twist top? What is this?
Pool, maybe.
Oh,
Twist pool.
twist pool. I expected a cork.
Okay, all expected the same damn thing. That's what I felt like. Oh,
expected.
That made me think of somebody pulling out their penis and it's not as big as you thought it should be.
They gonna talk all that shit. Shut up. Yo, I expected.
Oh God. That was definitely what I got.
That's disappointing.
That was divine.
That's so anticlimactic.
And you're like,
Why is
oh,
it so liquidy? I mean, like, not liquidy, but you see the consistency?
because it probably had to be poured like a champagne on the side.
I poured it off the. You know what? Okay, maybe, but we here now.
I think she gave me all bubbles.
It's all bubbles. Smells peachy. Okay.
It's a Bellini.
I know. We gonna toast to 2025. We did it. We got here halfway through.
I got these from Home Goods.
Oh. Ooh. Okay.
Oh, yeah, this is pink champagne.
This is heavy pink champagne.
This
This
is-
is like it's heavy.
This
Like it's not light. This is
this is
heavy, thick. Yes, this is.
This girl thick.
It's that Cardi Minaj.
Damn.
Cardi Minaj the Stallion.
I don't want it. I quit.
It's all of them.
There's just something. Something that just tap out. Whoa.
I mean, it's good.
That's
though.
a lot to
Yeah.
handle. Whoa.
All right, let me do the one last reflection question. We're gonna end with this because it's kind of cute. If we were in a band, what would our name be? Cause why not? Cause why not? Cause why not?
What would our name be?
Cause why not?
First of all, what the fuck is we doing in a band?
I don't know.
Are we singing? Are we instrumentalists?
I mean, I got vocals and like flute. I can tap dance. I can tap dance a little bit still, I think.
What is our name?
I don't even know.
We're here. That's our name.
Yeah, I'm here for that.
We're
We're
here.
here. We're here now.
Ta-da!
We're here now.
That's our name. Ta-da! How did you come up with that? Because we're here.
We're here now.
It's magic.
Ta-da. We're here now. Ta-da.
Oh God!
Oh, did
That
I
was
get
fun.
your? I didn't get your rate. Okay, what are we rating the Bellini? This is good, but it's thick. Like yo, I actually like it, but I can't. You do not drink this.
You need to cut this with one of them.
You don't just drink
cut
this
this
to drink
with
it.
the sweet Riesling.
With Spätlese.
Yes.
Okay, but on its own, what is it? I'm gonna give it a 3.5.
Give it 3.75 because I gotta cut it. Because
You got to cut it.
I gotta cut it.
All right, so that means our top 3 in third place is. Hold on, I gotta.
Slate.
In third? Bellini.
Oh, okay.
Bellini is third.
So that's second.
Our second place is. Oh shit! Hold on. No, it's the Riesling Dry.
Oh, okay. That's this one.
And in first place,
Is it clean slate?
it's the Gewürztraminer. Man,
Oh.
Clean Slate did not play.
It didn't play. Okay. I thought it played.
It's the Gewürztraminer
My bad.
in first.
My bad.
No. The last two actually tied at the bottom, but they're not way off, but they tied at the bottom.
It was very close. I don't think anybody got over 4.
Gewürztraminer.
Oh yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
average.
Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us on this wonderful June whiteout. I hope you all have had a blast and
Getting to know
got
us
to know us a
as
little
we get
bit
to know
more.
each other. 'Cause I learned some things today I didn't know.
Yeah, clearly Shavar gets fired.
You both get fired. I know you get fired so much either.
We had a youth That's what today proves. We were young. We were young. Yeah. So let us know what have been some of your experiences in the comment below. Have you been fired? What would you do? Who would you do it with? Where would you be? Like, answer some
If
of
you
the
had
questions.
24 hours to live, just think, where would you go? What would you do? Who would you screw?
I'd be crying.
And
Whoa,
who would you want to notify? Or would your ass deny that your ass about to die? Sorry, that's New York.
I would be somewhere crying, depressed, asking God for more
I'd
time.
be traveling.
Oh God, this guy. Thank you for joining us.
I'm gonna jump on a plane and jump on that.
Okay, well, there you have it. Yep. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. Join us each and every Wednesday.
Not during the
Not
summer.
during the summer. For more laughs, more fun, and of course more wine. You can catch our past half season from January to today, February to today. Right here on YouTube. Keep in touch with us on IG at ALS2WA. Be sure to tell a friend to tell a friend. We are always here. If you have any new wine recommendations, please let us know. We'll take those too. I am one of your wonderful hostesses, Ty Michelle, here with.
I am the other one, Siobhan Camille.
All right, y'all. We see y'all in a little bit, in a couple months. And just remember, as always,
There is nothing wrong with a little wine.
or a lot. Or a lot.
It's not even, that's like $5. You had one. I'm gonna get more of this thickness. Cardi
She
Minaj,
thick.
the stallion.
Thick.
Try to get the booty to get bigger.
Bye.